Okay, my bronies. My brony brothers. I'm back, dude. I'm back and I'm ready to roll. So we're talking a little bit about the chronically offline movement. And I think it's great. I think it's a fantastic movement. I think, and I got to give Generation Z or whatever, the Gen Z people, a lot of credit for it. I mean, honestly, I've been kind of living this lifestyle for a long time, but it's nice to see that the kids are wanting to live this sort of lifestyle as well. So it's a big deal. I think it matters a lot, and we're on the right path. We're on the right path, man. People are finally waking up and realizing, dude, being on Facebook, being on Twitter, and which I do go on Twitter sometimes just to see what's going on in the world from time to time, but that's about it, dude. Other than that, I'm chronically offline. I love it that way. Give me 1 second. I'm checking my fantasy football stuff real quick. The question is, am I going to get my cheeks pounded in fantasy football? Give me a few more moments, though. So you're probably wondering, well, if Michael, you're asking yourself, Michael Garza, if you're going to be chronically offline, what does that mean from here on out? Are you going to stop doing the live show? No. What chronically offline in this instance means is that I believe, and I firmly believe this, that through social media, we're not connected at all. In fact, we're obviously not really talking to each other. We're sending each other messages, which is great. That's cool. You know, but here's the thing. I think that you should use text messages, and call me an old man. I don't really care. But I don't think any real connection truly gets established. Right? And Tim Smith, by the way, I just want to give a shout out to Tim. Phillip Rivers today. I'm so relieved that the Hawks won, though. The Seahawks were that close to losing, by the way. I just want to give everybody a heads up. We were that close to losing to fucking old man Phillip Rivers today. Honestly, though, all things considered, Phillip Rivers managed the game pretty well. Like, he did. Not bad for an old man. And against a very tough Seattle Seahawks defense. So let's give a round of applause to Phillip Rivers today. I mean, like, honestly, I knew the old man still had it. I just didn't think that I just wasn't sure if he had that sort of ability left in him. You know what I mean? Because, dude, I mean, Phillip Rivers is a stud. He really is an amazing player. And I'm still kind of baffled, if anything, that he was able to play as well as he did. I'm very thankful, though, that the Seahawks won. I was so freaking nervous earlier about that game. Very, very. But it was a good game, though. Incredible game. Welcome to the show, everybody. So we're talking about the chronic offline movement. Chronically offline movement, I think is what it's... Is it called the chronically offline movement or just chronic? Look it up. Chronic offline movement. Let's see. Okay, it is chronically offline. Okay, I wanted to make sure I got the... So the chronically offline movement is a very interesting one, and I'll tell you why. So I'm still going to be doing YouTube. I'm still going to be using YouTube for educational purposes. But I'm going to be rejecting my smartphone. Now, I'm not throwing it away, obviously. That would be stupid, because this is still a tool for me to run my businesses. But whenever I'm using this, there's so many distractions, right? There's so many distractions on it. And I want to be away from those distractions as much as possible. So I decided, in my lack of infinite wisdom, that it might be a good idea for me to be more offline. And why not? really, why not? Tim Smith says, keep crypto out your mouth. I swallowed a load of Logan Paul Zoo token last night, and now I have a yield infection. This is what Tim Smith has said. Hashtag financially independence. Retire. Oh, Tim, dude, you get me every time, brother. You get me every time, man. It's too good. But Tim, dude, did you... Oh, God, I hope you didn't get the Zoo token. Please say you didn't. I don't think Tim actually got the Zoo token. Can we all give a shout-out to Tim Smith, by the way, for getting the arcade 1-up machines before they went out of business? I don't think Tim Smith realized that arcade 1-up was going to go away. But maybe he has instincts that we don't... We need to start... We need to start understanding Tim Smith in his predictions. I feel like Tim Smith has become like a Miss Cleo or like a Sylvia Brown, some sort of reader of the future, a Nostradamus, if you will. I think he may be a Nostradamus. Possibly. What do you guys think of this goatee, by the way? I've been growing this out since the beginning of December, since December 1st, and this is so far the result. Now, if I get $1,000 worth of gifts by the end of the month, by the end of this month, I will do my best to keep the goatee. Do you guys like the goatee, though? It is a ginger beard. I will admit it is a ginger beard. But do you like it? Do you feel it? I'm assuming the crowd said yes. Let's see. Tim Smith says, I search talk to a rug pull on Google, and I saw a couple in a position I didn't know was physically possible. Tim Smith says that goatee is Michael Garza in Jigma level. Oh my God. Jackson Smith in Jigba, by the way. That guy is such an amazing receiver. Sam Darnold, though, tonight was... Because I was watching the game earlier at the casino, and Sam Darnold, oh my God. We got bailed out by our kicker. Our kicker tonight... Dude, we didn't score a single touchdown. We won by only kicking field goals. Only field goals. Crazy. And right now I'm winning in fantasy football. This is the... I'm very excited about that. Okay, Justin Jefferson finally got a catch after being targeted 5 times. Out of control, dude. Out of control. I don't know how, but Justin Jefferson just keeps missing his targets. Crazy, man. Crazy. Tim Smith says my crowd sign of the night was a woman holding a sign that says in Jigma, please. That's too good, man. Dude, Justin Jefferson, by the way, tonight so far has been targeted 5 times and has only caught one pass. Ugh. I want to see Justin Jefferson do good. I want to see him play at a high level, but I don't know, man. It's going to get to the point where I might have to bench Justin Jefferson. I don't want to do it. He gets so many targets, man. I'm in an interesting position here. Oh, boy. But, yeah, Jefferson needs to go off tonight. I mean, the Vikings are ahead 17-14, granted. But Jefferson needs to heat up, dude. There's just no reason for him to be missing all these targets. Okay, so I'm very excited, though, about the new laptop battery. I want to kind of talk to you guys about this. And I'm very excited that Seattle won today. I was really getting a little too nervous about that game earlier, dude. We were that close to losing to Old Man River. Old Man Rivers. But, hey, Old Man Rivers kept them alive. Kept that team alive today. So, huge shout-out to Phillip Rivers, though. I knew he was still, capable of playing. I didn't realize how well he would play, And kudos to him. Straight up kudos. Like, I think he deserves all the praise in the world after watching that game. That was amazing. And, he still got it. Like, I would say that he still has that great QB potential. Like, he's still a good QB. He was able to manage the game. Obviously, he hasn't played an actual game in 5 years. Like, that's got to do something to you, man, at some point. It's got to affect you at some point. And how it affected him, zero clue. I just think that Phillip Rivers he's so wildly good, actually. And I think he deserves a lot more praise. In fact, yeah, I do believe. No, dude, he's not 67 years old. He's like 44. I know you're just exaggerating, but still, I think all things considered, I think it was really cool to see him play again. I just didn't think I'd ever see him play another NFL game. Because I thought once he retired, he was just done. Like, I'm done. I'm out. Later, guys. But no. Njigba, please. Oh, man. So Tim Smith is reporting Seahawks almost mid-game signed that DoorDash driver who sprayed poison on the couples trying to stop Phillip. Oh, my God. Oh, Tim, man. Tim, you're killing me, bro. I love it. Tim's too much of a comedian for his own good, though, man. He's too good. But yeah, dude, I think that was an amazing game. I'm very, very proud of what Phillip Rivers was able to accomplish. And look, it was tough because obviously I wanted to see Phillip Rivers have a good game, but not at the expense of the Seahawks season, right? I wanted the Seahawks to win. I was really upset watching the Rams game because there was a call. There was a touchdown that they called a touchdown that did not, and I repeat, did not deserve to be a touchdown. Did not deserve in any way, shape, or form to be a touchdown. It was disgusting. His knees were down well before even hitting the plane. And they even reviewed it. Like, they need to get sports betting out of sports. Sports betting does not need to be in sports anymore at this point because it's clear that the refs, there's too many Tim Donaghy-style refs in the NFL. It's got to stop. There's got to be some sort of breaking point to where we say enough is enough, right? It's got to be a point. And make sure you guys tap the subscribe button, though. The more subscribers we get, the better. It does help the channel grow in multiple ways. So please, 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 do it. I look like a 1x1 Lego piece. I like it. So what do I think about Palestine? I don't really. I try not to think about any of those countries out there. I'll say I'm not a fan, but it's about the extent of it. A knock on the line? What do you mean, Brony? I might be streaming in the kitchen. Is that such a bad thing? What if I were streaming in the kitchen? Would that necessarily be the worst thing? I don't know, dude. I don't know. My favorite dinner's pizza, dude. Tim Smith says, new weight loss tip. Drop any food in your hand on the ground the way Brady Russell drops catches. Ah. I'll probably still eat it off the ground, though. Because I'm fat. Dude, I'm a fat man, dude. I'm fat. I'm not too fat, but I'm a big boy. Even if I drop food on the ground, I'm still going to eat that, dude. By the way, so I don't know if I think Tim Smith might approve of the goatee. I don't know. But who here approves of the goatee? Do you guys like the goatee? I mean, I'm not a big fan of having facial hair, to be honest, but I am growing this out. I'm going to try to keep this growing till the end of the month. And then once it's fully, I don't know, once it's fully grown out, I'm just going to shave it all off. It's going to be my Christmas beard. So I'm going to say this right now. You know how like men are really overly obsessed with their facial hair. Like, it's something that men talk about a lot. Like, you know, grooming the beard, making your beard look pretty and stuff. And what I got to say to that is this. How would you guys feel if I started talking about my wang all the time, right? I mean, I already do. But how would you feel? Would you rather me talk about my beard or my wang? I think it's weird to talk about either. Because when you're talking about your beard, you're talking about your beard too much. You know, you're talking about your beard too much, bro. You gotta stop. Nobody needs to. I'm talking about my beard too much too. I find it no different than talking about your wang. You know, when one talks about the beard, it's like talking about the wang. And whoa, hey, dude, what are you doing, dude? Why are you saying all that hateful stuff, bro? There's a hateful person in the chat. What did I do to you, my brony brother? My brony brother, it's okay. I'm here for you. I will give you a... You want a hug? Vay, do you want a hug? Yeah, I might be a certain ethnicity, sure. Do you need a hug, dude? I'll give you a hug, bro. My brony brother, dude, I'll give you a hug, bro. I'll do whatever it takes to turn this around. I know what's at stake. I know that I let you down. Vay, do you want a hug? I'll give you a hug, my brony brother. This man doesn't love me. Feel like you don't love me anymore. Oh, yeah. Thank you, my brony brother. I do feel like I sing pretty decently. Yeah, I like to sing. It is pretty fun. I'll admit it. Oh, is Vay jumping on channels and being hateful? He doesn't love the brony lifestyle. Now, I want to talk about the chronically offline movement. I think the chronically offline movement's interesting. So, from what I can tell, and this is what it's saying here on Google AI. It says it describes a cultural shift where people intentionally disconnect from the internet and digital life for better mental health, real-world connection, and focus, moving away from constant online presence seen as draining, leading to trends like digital detoxes, offline clubs, and valuing analog experiences as a luxury status symbol against pervasive tech. It's a conscious pushback against digital burnout, reclaiming presence in physical spaces, and finding deeper engagement with life beyond screens, though it's challenging as the world is built online. However, don't get me wrong, it's still good to be online. I'm saying keep your smartphone, just don't use it as much. Now, it's easier said than done. I say use something boring, right? I have my laptop right here. It's my Linux-based laptop, right? And this Linux-based laptop is amazing. It does wonders, man. What are we talking about? Taylor Swift. I'm a part of what tribe? What tribe am I a part of, Vay? Dude, Bitcoin is not the future. Anybody who says Bitcoin's the future is lying through their teeth. Crypto is grifto. Hello. Yeah, I firmly believe that crypto is grifto, dude. I think that cryptocurrencies are grifter currencies at the end of the day, and I don't think that they're any good for anybody. Lenovo? You talking about Lenovo? Lenovo's a good brand. You look, But I got it's my Dell Inspiron 15, and honestly, it had Windows 10 on it. It still has Windows 10 on it technically. But the thing is, I decided to dual boot Linux, Ubuntu Linux on there, and it was interesting. It's interesting. I love it, and it works with all the hardware. What's wild about Ubuntu is it's very compatible with Dell hardware, like Intel hardware as well. So like the Intel CPU, the processor that I have on the laptop, it works with everything. It works with the Wi-Fi adapter. The reason I dual booted Linux was because, first off, there are some applications that I like to run in Windows that are not readily available in Linux. But most stuff that I want to use is readily available in Linux for absolutely free. So I'm a big Linux guy. I have to admit, I love Linux. I think it's a great OS, and I think it deserves a lot of credit. So I don't have my blue eyebrows on tonight. Yeah, I just don't have them on tonight. Just I was like, no eyebrows tonight. We're good. I just want to make some fun content, where I talk about different subjects, things. And the chronically offline movement is something that's been kind of catching my eye. Andy Rue is saying I need to get a MacBook. Why? Now, look, I'm not going to lie. The Macs are not bad systems. My main issue that I have with, like, Macintosh systems is mainly, like, how spendy they are, how much I have to pay to get one. And to be honest, like, you could take any old system, reformat the shit out of it, and put Linux on there. Easy. And then once you got Linux on there, you're good. Because it's better, but like, dude, why do here's the thing I don't understand about Mac users is they're not fiscally conscious about anything. So the problem with Apple and Mac, just Apple products in general, is how spendy they are. The only reason you're buying it is as a status symbol, right? So Andy, what do you use your Macintosh for? What do you use your MacBook? No, even when I'm not broke. Even when I'm not broke, which I'm not. The thing is, I am fiscally conscious. I would rather invest in companies than spend an arm and a leg for... Honestly, like, I would rather... By the way, I have my HP Envy, and it's a powerhouse of a machine. This is my main desktop. This is one of my main ones. I didn't have to spend an arm and a leg to get it. I did spend a pretty penny because it does have really good hardware in it. But the same hardware that you would get in this compared to a high-end Mac, I would have to pay 3 times the money for a fucking Macintosh. Yeah, no, it's expensive, exactly. So here's the thing. Even if, by the way, even though I'm well off monetarily speaking, the reason that I'm well off is because I don't spend my money on products like Macintosh. I spend my money on, good products. I still get quality products, but I don't spend an arm and a leg for a status symbol, right? So the problem I have is the stat. I know you're just probably yanking my chain. I get it, man. It's fine. I get a little serious about this because the reason I get a little serious about this is because I do think that Macintosh is more of a status symbol. I think, honestly, having any Apple product is more of a status symbol than, you know what I mean? It's just it's like fashion. It's tech fashion is what I like to call it. And I think the chronically offline movement, fun fact, I think the chronically offline movement's going to kill the Macintosh. It's going to kill the Mac. It's going to kill the iPhone. I don't think people want the iPhone as much as they used to. Do I love computers more than women? No. I love my girlfriend. I would choose my girlfriend over the computer, obviously. No, look, computers at the end of the day are tools. I've used mine for entertainment purposes and business purposes and multiple purposes. But yeah, no, I love using older computers as well. Like my laptop is excellent. It's very sexy. Oh. Thank you everybody for subscribing. We're almost to 6,500 subscribers, by the way. We're getting there, man. We're currently sitting pretty at 6,474, and it's nice, man. I love it. I think Android phones are still good. They still kick a lot of ass. Yeah, I don't think Android phones are really going to go anywhere as far as anything like that. Yeah, I'm still all about the Android phones, though, without a doubt. Yeah, I don't know, dude. Andy Rue, I think that, I still think Android's good. I think Android's very relevant. But I will say that I do think that Apple, as a phone company, I think iPhone is still going to be a big brand because it has a very loyal user base for sure. But yeah, no, I feel like, without a doubt, I feel like it's still good. Yeah, I don't think look. I mean, I keep up with the Android operating system pretty well. There's still a lot of Android users, quite a bit. I think there's probably. I'm going to look up the statistics actually. Are there more Android users or iPhone users? Oh, wow. Oh, this is crazy. It says right here there are significantly more Android users globally, but more iPhone users in the United States and other developed nations. Global market share. Android is the dominant mobile operating system worldwide due to its open source nature. Wide variety of manufacturers like Samsung, Google, and Xiaomi, and availability of affordable devices. This makes it highly popular in price-sensitive markets such as India, Africa, Asia, and Latin America. Android is roughly 70 to 72% of the global market share, approximately 3.9 to 4.5 billion users. iPhone is approximately 28 to 30% of the global market share, approximately 1.46 to 1.8 billion users. That's crazy. Regional differences, the market share balance shifts dramatically in certain regions. United States, iOS is the market leader, holds approximately 50 to 60% of the smartphone market share. That's crazy. That is actually kind of wild to me. That blows my mind. I didn't realize so many people in the U.S. were actually used iOS more than anything, but that's crazy. I mean, there's still a lot of Android users in the U.S. Other developed nations, iOS leads in countries like Japan, Canada, Australia, and the United Kingdom. Emerging markets, Android share can exceed 90% in countries like India. Says the demographics of users also differ. Age: the younger generations, Gen Z and millennials in the U.S., are more likely to use iPhones, while older generations tend to favor Android. Income and spending: iPhone users generally have higher disposable incomes and spend significantly more money on apps and in-app purchases compared to Android users. In summary, while iPhones are the single best-selling phone model in the world, the Android operating system powers a much larger overall number of users due to its availability across a vast range of devices and price points. That's cool. Hell yeah. What do you guys think? Yeah, I'm a huge fan. I really am a huge fan of Android. I think that it's been my go-to. Anything with an Android operating system on it, whether it's a Samsung phone, whether it's I love the Google Pixel phones. I really am a big fan of those. What I'm really hoping for is a resurgence in BlackBerry. Now, I will admit, Unihertz did make their Titan 2, which I think is an incredible smartphone, by the way, from the reviews that I've seen. Obviously, I don't own a Titan 2. I want to, though. Like, I am very, very tempted to own a Titan 2. I think it would be great. But at the same time, I also realize that, my Pixel 8 does exactly what I want it to do. And most of the time, I plan on using my laptop in a variety of different places. Getting lots of views right now, you guys. Getting lots of affiliate clicks, too. I'm loving angels instead. When I'm feeling weak and my pain walks down the one-way street. Samuel Westall, what up, my brony brother? How you doing, man? It's good to see you on the chat. Just chilling out. Samuel Westall, everybody, my boy. Forreston says iOS is only popular in some country. Android, global, iOS don't target budget phones. Many skip the budget markets. Yeah. Here's the thing. I want to say, Harshavandan, I can't say your name properly, but instead of a MacBook, yeah, I would probably, if you're looking to get a used system, I mean, look, if it's an older MacBook from 2020, that's okay. As long as it's still functional, I guess is really the key. Is it still a functioning product is really the key. So you got to make sure it's working. That's a big deal. Oh my God, the major. It's not
Laugh
General
out loud.
Dow anymore. It's Major Dion. The Major Dion. Damn. I was going to call you the Major. Sent one Michael Garza gift membership. Vacation Time 24/7. Received a gift membership by the Major Down. We got Major. The Major, my boy, dude, he always loves gifting those memberships, and I appreciate it every time because it means more people get access to some of the behind-the-scenes videos that we have where I go in depth on some topics and things of that nature. I love it. Down. Oh, the Major Down. Okay. Right. The Major Down, dude. It used to be Major General Tao, but now it's the Major Down. Hell yeah. Player, we're typically about investing. Usually this show discusses investing topics. We kind of go into a wide range of variety of topics. We have a good time with this show. We go a little crazy from time to time. But normally we talk about investing or certain trends. We like to go over certain trends that make sense to us, at least. Like the chronically offline movement trend is actually very amazing, mainly because I've already been doing that for a while. But recently I decided to get a laptop battery for my older laptop because it's still a good laptop and I want to be able to use it in a more portable sense. And it's just, and I love my HP laptop, don't get me wrong, but the thing about my HP laptop that kind of sucks is that I can't replace the battery very easily. I mean, I probably could, but what I'd have to do, I would have to take apart the base of the laptop and, you know, I'm not necessarily an expert in laptop repair. You know, I can repair a desktop computer. Sure, I can fuck around with it. I'm pretty sure if push came to shove, I could probably figure out what I would need to do on my HP laptop if I needed to. But yeah, no, for this HP computer, this HP Envy, though, this thing has been very built to last. Obviously, you got to make sure you dust it out every now and then. But yeah, as long as you keep it well dusted and well cleaned and stuff, I mean, the system pretty much takes care of itself and it does a good job of being what it needs to be. I hope that explanation helps. Do I think Doge will hit 5 cents again within this year? I don't know. It just depends on how many dummies are willing to pump it up. And I have no idea how many dumb people there are. So it really is just a matter of supply and demand. And it just depends on how many idiots are demanding something that was made as a joke. So I don't know. Sometimes human beings can be a little unpredictable. I will say this, though, that during times of uncertainty, people tend to gamble. So it is possible that you may see an influx of people trying to get into stupid things like Dogecoin and Bitcoin and the lottery and all that. So, I don't know. My goal is just to avoid gambling altogether. I think gambling is just terrible. It's not good for your mental health. I just don't think it's good for your financial health either. I know people do gambling for entertainment purposes, but I still think gambling is stupid. At the end of the day, I just don't think it's I just think it's a net negative to society, not a net positive. So that's practically how I see it. You know, it's a simple way. John Cena retired. Yep. Saw that, man. Absolutely. I mean, why do you think that Dogecoin is going to rebound? Dogecoin is stupid. All cryptocurrencies are ridiculous. The Major Down says, gambling is perhaps one of the dimensions of the human spirit. It is our attempt to predict the future and monetize that. Yeah, still. I mean, look, even when I'm investing, I'm predicting that there will be long-term growth in the global markets. But I do know that I would rather maintain my wealth through a diversified investing strategy like I've been doing. So, yeah, it depends. Depends. Something to think about for sure. I will say, though, I'm really happy about this new laptop battery. I know you guys are probably tired of hearing me talk about how awesome my laptop battery is. So it's a new laptop battery for an older laptop that I think the model came out in the model of the laptop came out like in 2014, but I got it in 2015. It was a Dell Inspiron 15. And dude, this machine is pretty beefy. It's got a terabyte hard drive in it. So it still works. I mean, the hard drive seems to work pretty well. I think it does need to be defragmented. In fact, I might actually perform a defragmentation. So the Major General Tao says, the Major Down says you can predict the future with skill, but not 100%. Exactly. You could predict it based on patterns. That's for sure. But that's about the extent of it. You know what I mean? Give me 1 second, folks. Yeah, Spooky. What up, dude? Hey, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, though. If you guys haven't subscribed already, it does help the channel grow in a lot of ways. So we are trying to expand our reach on YouTube. So please, if you can, I kindly ask, please tap that subscribe button. It means a lot to me, man, and it does help in more ways than one. Let's see. The Major Down says gambling is the placing of a wager on an outcome which is uncertain. It is still gambling regardless of plus or minus expectation. I mean, Spooky, I think I remember you, but I don't know. Well, here's the thing, Major Down. I think my thing is that in figuring out what's going to happen in a short amount of time, or even in a longer horizon, can sometimes be unpredictable. I do like options, though, options contracts, because you're paying a premium for something that could happen within a certain time frame. And you can exercise that option, by the way, just about at any time before the option expires. Thank you for liking the stream, the Major Down. I appreciate you, bro. Lucia, you're gay? That's okay. That's great, man. Congratulations. Congratulations, man. I say, if you could be you as you want to be, all for it, man. So, congratulations. Spooky. So what are you saying? The guy who knows that markets are halt? No. First off, dude, crypto markets are hollow because crypto, it doesn't have intrinsic value. The stock market has there's real intrinsic value in the stock market because there are companies that you can own by owning the shares, right? You can be an owner in a company. That means you own an asset. It's proof of ownership. Dude, stocks are proof of ownership, man. Like, I don't understand why people think that the stock market's gambling. If you think the stock market is gambling, I don't think you know what reality is. I mean that. I don't think you have a grasp on reality. Seriously. Because whenever I'm investing for the long term, but I'm also protecting myself against the degradation of the dollar. That's a big deal, man. That's a big deal. Major Down says gambling transactions are considered to be a net negative for society because there is no net infrastructure after the transaction. Movement of money without production. Yep, and that's pretty much what gambling is. And look, the stock market, by the way, the reason the stock market's great is majority of investors are actually long-term. A lot of the institutional investors are, at least, because they themselves know that the assets they're holding are actually naturally valuable. They do something. I mean, obviously there are people behind these companies, but companies are a productive asset, and productive assets matter. Productive assets grow, typically. Not all companies are created equal. Some companies will do great. Some companies will do Some companies will just fall flat on their face. The whole goal for me is to be as heavily diversified as possible. I'm heavily diversified in index funds primarily and individual stocks. But yeah, I like to keep it as simple as possible, and I like to invest. The Major Down says stocks are both gambling and symbols of production. They are symbols of production, but fiat money distorts the production aspect and inflates the speculation aspect. Yeah, here's the thing, though. You can calculate. Here's the thing. If you go on the assumption that stocks are inflation proof, which I do believe to be a good assumption, by the way. If money is fiat, which it is, money in itself, the definition of money is not fiat. In fact, what we have isn't money. The dollar is not money, it's cash. Cash is a currency, right? It's just a currency. It's not backed by anything of value. This is why savers are losers. This is why if you save money, you're a fool. You are a fool if you save money. And people are like, but aren't you supposed to save money? No, you're not. You're supposed to invest money by all technicality. Now, talk to a financial advisor. They'll say that I'm right. At least they should. Any financial advisor worth their salt would probably agree with me. Should likely agree with me. What am I saying? But yeah, investing protects you, especially if you're heavily diversified. It protects you against all the terrible things that come with inflation, right? So if you're invested in real estate and stocks and gold and silver and stuff like that, you're protecting yourself you're preserving your wealth from the degradation of the dollar. So the thing is, Tony, I want to do my own version of Money Master the Game. Good. Money Master the Game by Tony Robbins is a fantastic book, and he interviews a lot of amazing people, a lot of amazing investors, and they're legendary. But I want to change the title of the book called Assets Master the Game. And the reason I want to call it Assets Master the Game is because I think assets are more important. And I think when people see money, they think of cold, hard cash in their hand. I want people to stop thinking of things in the term of money. I want people to think in the terms of assets. I am more impressed when I look at my portfolio than my checking account. Although my checking account's got a lot of money sitting in there, I'm more impressed when I look at my actual brokerage accounts and see how many different assets I have, different ETFs, different individual stocks. I would rather have a diversified portfolio than a savings account. Savings accounts are BS, especially high yield savings accounts do, because high yield savings accounts actually don't really keep up with inflation. So my thesis is do what the bank actually does, not what the bank tells you to do. I think what the bank tells you to do is actually crap. It's garbage. It's garbage, dude. Mr. Philly, I tell myself that I'm a top. But if I'm going to be honest, I'm probably just a no good bottom. And I get pegged. So basically, I'm a bottom who thinks they're a top. Is what I'm getting at. So yeah, I'm a bottom who thinks he's a top. Sorry. The Major Down says there is a confusion in this society between income and productivity. They become more divorced from each other when money is unsound. Interesting. Well, yeah, here's the thing. I still think the best way to protect your wealth is through investments. Like actual investments where the government can't print them. So the government, as far as I know, well, I mean, sad part is the government can buy up stocks. But here's the thing. I want to invest like rich people do, right? And the best way to invest like rich people is to invest in ETFs, in individual stocks. That's what most of those guys are doing, by the way. Their wealth is heavily in and diversified, at least the smart institutional investors. I think if you want to be smart, man, you stay diversified. And you stay in multiple asset classes. And you try your best not to worship cash. So many people worship cash. Now, cash obviously is necessary. We got to pay our bills, blah, blah, blah. Make sure you guys tap the subscribe button, though, if you can. It does help the channel grow. But overall, I just think it's sad because there's just no personal finance. I was talking to actually my boy, Mr. Mike Haney about this, and that there's not a lot of classes like in public schools as far as I remember. I don't remember taking any personal finance classes at all in high school. And I think they should be encouraged, in fact, even required. Like, and when I say personal finance, I mean like learning how to invest, learning, timeliness of paying your bills, how to do your taxes, or at least what software you can use to do your taxes, that sort of thing. And I think that they need to have like success classes. You know what I mean? Teach the ways of successful behavior, like a success habits sort of class. I don't know. But I think it'd be great. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I had to learn everything I've learned that matters. I learned outside of school. Granted, I did learn, mathematics and stuff, and my love of, even all the way up to calculus got me to love software development. Like it was great. I don't know. I just think that Sudhu Moose, I don't know who that person is, man. Make sure you guys at least tap the subscribe button or the like button, one or the other. If you haven't subscribed already, we're looking for more subscribers, so you don't have to become a member, just a subscriber. We'll take that. Now I'm loving angels instead. But But yeah, no, I'm really obsessed with the chronically offline movement lately, and I think it's something to be obsessed with. I think it matters. Owning. So let's see. The major down says owning the means of production, bro. That's actually what an investment is. The current investor isn't nuanced because they don't know how to handle customers and supply chains. Huh. Maybe. Thank you, Sam, for tweeting the channel. I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, as long as you're invested in companies that know what they're doing and have good management, I mean, you're pretty much solid. It's not a guarantee. Stuff like that, but, Yeah, people are in perpetual debt, man. I dodged a lot of bullets by not gathering debt. If there was one thing I made it's so funny. Everybody told me I was going on the wrong path in life when I was younger. It turns out I was on a more correct path than they were. There's a funny irony to that. Like, you know what I mean? Everybody who claims that they're doing life right, I was doing it way more correctly than they were. I'm just weird. And I'm glad I'm weird. I'm glad I'm a freak because honestly, my revenge has come from great success. Seriously, I got my revenge on everybody by just being successful. It's awesome. Because, I'm not, a vindictive. I'm a little bit vindictive, but I'm not, super vindictive. I would never want to, exact revenge in a horrific way on those who've wronged me, but my version of revenge is just be more successful than everybody you know. And anybody who's wronged you will get really mad that you're kicking ass. That's just how it happens, man. And what's crazy is and honestly, the more people get mad at me, the more I know I'm right. That's the best part about it. The more I know I'm correct. If the mob is mad at you, if everybody's mad at you, you're right. They're wrong. They're a bunch of Karens anyway. Let's see. Karma has everyone's address, brother. Thank you, brother. No, I don't. I've really done my best, and I've had to really. I stand on the shoulders of giants. I'm not saying I did all this on my own. I mean, I was a part of the equation. But I got lucky, but I also didn't. I also put in the work. I read books. I was smart about things. Vacation Time says, what is this debt you speak of? Oh, I'm just talking about general debt, whether it's the $36 trillion debt that America has, which needs to be paid, or just anything else. Major Down says capital is actually only an investment where it is used by someone who can create productivity. That's why Bitcoin is not a currency. Yeah. Bitcoin's just a no good digital collectible, man, at the end of the day. Yeah, the Major Down said it perfectly. When you buy a stock, you're giving money to a company who can produce goods and services on your behalf. That's what investing is. Yeah, exactly. Very important. Without a doubt, brother. Do I have severe NPC syndrome? I do seem like an NPC, though, without a doubt. Happy poop, yum yum. Happy poop, yum yum. Happy poop, happy poop, happy poop, yum yum. Oh, can I? Whoa, whoa! My skin tone is beautiful. Cause I am beautiful in every single way. Words can't bring me down. Do you know the sun exists? Yeah, dude, I go outside. Dude, it's freaking fall. And also, I even when I go outside, I don't really tan much, which is kind of funny. The Major Down just gifted another Michael Garza membership. And
Laugh
he
out
sent
loud.
that membership to @8 the homeless for no reason. Has become a member thanks to the Major Down. Make sure you guys subscribe to the Major Down. I appreciate that, bro, though. I appreciate that, man. You know, anytime we get gifted memberships, it does help the channel out a lot. Not only does it fund the channel, but it also creates more potential long-term users, which is actually something that's pretty cool. And is kind of an exciting prospect when I think about it. But I love it, man. I love it. I gotta do something real quick. Hold on, guys. Oh, hold on. Oh. All right, give me 1 second, you guys. I'm actually doing something in ChatGPT. ChatGPT. Oh, yeah. It's funny, though, when I was talking about the whole, like, success is the best form of revenge, I was kind of thinking about, like, really some of the teachers who were kind of not very nice to me when I was in public school, and also my parents. You know, I think it actually makes my dad a little bit angry that I'm successful because by all technicality, I wouldn't say I've done anything wrong. I basically went against the grain and I won. I went against the grain and I won. I told the system to fuck itself, that I will work within systems that make sense to me, like this, like doing YouTube, and I'm very proud of that. Like, I decided, I was like, I'm going to go with what works. In honestly, conventional wisdom, when I say conventional wisdom, I call it average wisdom. It's wisdom that everybody else has and I want nothing to do with. Yeah, for me personally, I rather enjoy being contrarian. I think it's, in a lot of ways, better. Better for your psyche, better for just about everything. Doing I'm creating some tags actually for a few videos that I've done. Blue Yeti, Blue Yeti, Blue Yeti. Ah, here we go. Give me another moment. If I could just get these short videos figured out. Hold on. Eggs. It's a Velveeta cheese one. Edit title. Give me a second, you guys. Sorry about that. Okay, cool. All right, so I'm going to send this through ChatGPT. ChatGPT. Okay, sorry about that, Major General Town. I'm sorry, I got distracted. Anyway, Major Down says you cannot invest in a currency. You can only invest in productivity. Yes. Appreciate it. Appreciate that. Yeah, that's why productive assets are the best type of assets overall. And I think I'd like to believe that more people realize that. I'd like to think that most people do. But then again, I don't know. I don't know. I love productive assets, though. I love stocks. I like leased out real estate as well. You know, I think leased out real estate is amazing. Amazing. But yeah, so far just really happy with the laptop and the new battery and everything. I think it's great. Major Down says, where there is money transferring without productivity, there is a grift. That's I can agree with you there, because that's the thing. Bitcoin, like you'd mentioned, doesn't produce anything, doesn't do anything, and it is a net negative to society. And what's crazy is that awareness is happening more and more and more. And also, when those people lose money, you know, those people who get into Bitcoin thinking that they're going to make a lot of money, but honestly, they get in at the wrong time and they lose their money. What happens is that creates a form of resentment. So we already have a lot of detractors in this Bitcoin space. And because there's not as many winners in the Bitcoin space, there's actually more losers in the Bitcoin space. And because there's more losers than winners in the Bitcoin space, there actually ends up being a resentment from the people who got in and lost it all. And then they become lifelong advocates against Bitcoin. They go against Bitcoin because they're like, this sucks. So basically, Bitcoin will eventually cave in on itself due to the level of negative marketing. Real estate, yeah, the Major Down says real estate has the potential for productivity because it provides housing, which is a service exchanged. Absolutely. Absolutely, dude. Dude, Justin Jefferson's playing like garbage. 2 receptions on 8 targets, man. Come on, bro. Ah. Hmm. Yeah, I may have to stop playing Justin Jefferson, man. I don't want to bench Justin Jefferson because he's still a wide receiver 1. But, like, at a certain point, it gets pretty bad. The major down says if you own a REIT, you're providing capital for services rendered, but it's still a risk. Yeah, there's always risk. It's there's always risk when it comes to like REITs themselves. I mean, like honestly, but you're owning a company that owns so much fucking real estate. It's unbelievable. It's wild. Oh, Nathan, what up? Um, Weekend was okay. Yeah, weekend actually was pretty good. I got to hang out with my brother and um, got to hang out with my pops and my mom and everything. I got to admit, the beginning of Friday and Saturday, I was feeling a little bit depressed. I'm not gonna lie, because found out my mom's got it's not that bad. It's not as bad. It's still not good, but there's like a little 9 millimeter lesion on her brain, and they're gonna have to use gamma knife radiation again. But luckily, it's not the tumor. It's a very small lesion, and it's not as bad. It's actually way better this time around than last year, because last year they had to open up her skull, take out the tumor and everything. But this is a lot smaller, so they're going to be able to use the gamma knife radiation on this, which is good. She's with a lot better. She's been with better doctors over the last year, and it's been a big thing. So, yeah, weekend was good though. I got to spend time with my brother, and it really got me out of a bit of a mental funk. It was good. My brother coming into town and everything, and just blah. But yeah, I'm feeling better though. I just been trying to, focus on making sure I'm keeping up with, whatever my mom's got to do and everything, and so yeah, just blah. Yeah, but other than that, it's been pretty good. Yeah, they're still trying to figure out where it's why it's there. They're trying to figure out if it's because of the breast cancer, if the breast cancer somehow found its way up there or something. I don't know. they're more on top of things, and she's in a better condition than she was before. They've been able to keep her on the up and up, but yeah. The major down says check out Dr. Berg on using diet also for helping your mom. He helped. Huh. I've actually heard of Dr. Berg before. I've watched some of his stuff on YouTube. He's a very fascinating dude. I will say that I am glad that my mom she takes things like CBD, CBDN, and stuff like that, which in a lot of ways has helped her. Sorry, my mind's a little bit turned to clay at the moment. Which has helped in a lot of ways, and it's possible that it's kept these tumors and the cancer at bay. But she still takes medicine and stuff like that. She still takes the actual, medications and stuff that the hospitals are providing her and stuff that's keeping everything working. But, luckily she's able to do CBD and CBDN on the side. So, yeah, it's got a lot of anti-inflammatory properties, also a lot of anti-cancer properties and stuff. And, well, yeah. But, yeah, it's a little tough to talk about. It's a little tough, but yeah, I mean, I got to, spend some time with my mom as well, and that was a good thing. And she's struggling with it for sure. But anyway, though, I'm not going to talk about it any further. I get a little, just a little emotional. That's all. Yeah. What's up, Sam? Says, yo, Garza's in the house. Baby, how's your brother, Garza? He's doing pretty good. It's good to see my brother. It's good to see him. Major Down says, using a keto diet and get rid of any and all negative people out of your life and are a good place to start. I know. Yeah. Keto diet looks pretty interesting. Isn't it pretty much just like fat and protein or something like that? Or is it? I don't know. I think carbs are. I don't know. Keto's neat. I think in keto you do a lot of like vegetable stuff. Nate Dogg says, sorry, didn't mean to distract you. You were saying how you plan on paying your rent on time. So, yeah, I mean, do you accept Bitcoin? I can also pay in Dogecoin. Also, my Garza coin, I think, I don't even know what my Garza coin is looking like right now. Garza coin will never take off. And if it does, it's only because scam artists have taken control of it. I did create Ichigo Hentai Coin. I don't know if you'll accept Ichigo Hentai Coin, but that was one of them. I'm pretty sure all of mine that I created have a market cap of 0. I'll accept fatty head rolls. You're supposed to spell fatty incorrectly. They're supposed to spell it fatty. F-A-T-Y. You're supposed to spell it incorrectly. No, but well, I always do fatty head rolls, but I think I think my fatty head rolls only convert to like 1 or 2 cents in US dollars. So that kind of sucks. Yeah, major down, dude. I think it's good to have a low carb diet, but not too low. You know what I mean? And I don't know. Yeah, for me personally, I'm not vouching for anybody else. Everybody has their own diet they have to do because everybody has a certain type of body type, blood type, that sort of thing. So what works for me may not work for, it may work for other people, but I don't know. Maybe I should lay off the canned chili. So the Major Down says the theory is that the human body needs very little sugar, and it produces its own sugar as needed. What? Hold on. So today humans have about 100x more carbs than 100 years ago. Well, hold on. I'm trying to think about some human biology. So you're saying that if we stopped taking in external carbohydrates, we could are you saying that we could go like with a fat protein diet? Like strictly fats and proteins and just a little bit of carbohydrates. And that somehow our body would be able to create what it needs to create. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I feel like those keto diets, because carbohydrates I feel like are necessary. I believe they're necessary based on everything I've read. But, then again, sometimes certain findings change certain things, and I don't know. Here's the thing. I'm kind of a fat ass, so I don't like low carb diets. I just try to exercise as much as I can. Okay. So you're saying that, the human body, oh, that's interesting. So as long as we got fat and protein, that's what you're saying is we should be able to turn that into glucose that we need. Interesting. By the way, it's not medical advice. Just want to let everybody know, not medical advice, not financial advice. Obviously, talk to a doctor. Legally, I got to say that. Talk to a doctor. I can't promote any specific medical stuff. But, yeah, it's wild, man. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that, one can do, and hold on, you guys. I drank a little bit last night when I was hanging out with my brother and everybody, and I'll tell you what, I have a gnarly headache. I wouldn't say a gnarly headache, but like I'm just kind of like, let's see. I probably should drink some water. I think that the lack of water is what's killing me right now. Hold on, I'm gonna get some water real quick. Yeah. Take a little. Yeah, B1's not bad. Vitamin B1's pretty good. Yeah. I did drink a little bit of a Coors earlier, but oh. Yeah, family gatherings can be a little stressful for sure, yeah. Sometimes. But I enjoy them for the most part. Sometimes I don't think I'm that chill. Sam, I appreciate it, Sam, but I don't think I'm that chill. I appreciate the compliments though. I don't think I'm super chill. Yeah, I just feel malfunctioned right now. My girlfriend's got a kitty cat. She's got two kitty cats. So I tend to, I try to go over there as much as possible and hang out with the cats and stuff, her and the cats, and it's a very relaxing environment. Actually, I do have a bit of a headache because, like I said, I drank. I drank quite a bit last night, like more than I usually do, and my body just feels so whacked out. I had to drink a beer earlier just to kind of feel kind of level, you know. Um, oh yeah, cats are amazing, man. I love cats. I love dogs. I love cats. I love them all, man. They're cool. So awesome. Oh. Mm. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be going to bed early tonight, you guys. That is for sure. Just one of those days, man. Just got to get to bed early. Yeah, I ate quite a bit of nachos last night. I ate a lot of stuff last night. I was eating, I was drinking. Ugh. That was fun, though. I won six because my brother invited me to this party that he was going to. And so I ended up winning 6 beer pong games in a row. That was really cool. It was team matches. It was really cool playing with teams. I won 6 in a row with a team. Actually, I did really good. I was just like, I was like darts. You know what I mean? And you realize you can throw those balls just like darts. And they'll kind of go. I mean, you got to get a certain spin to them, but it's fun, man. I really do enjoy beer pong. It is actually kind of entertaining. Um, oh yeah, Sam is saying might sound radical, but try watching. Yeah, I mean sometimes a little erotic imagery never hurts. I guess I don't know. It's funny though. So, just want to say I'm very excited. Useful facts just like the stream with their tip. Okay, cool. Hell yeah. Anytime somebody likes the stream with their tip, I know they mean business. I know they mean business, dude. I know they're a good person because they touched the screen with their tip. I don't recommend it. But if you need to, you need to. And I appreciate it, my brony brother. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I got my girlfriend's kitty cats, and I consider them my cats too. I love them a lot. They're incredible little creatures. Funny little creatures too. They're so cute, dude. I love I just can't help them, man. They're just awesome. It's nice to see that we have so many members. I appreciate it. That's what I'm doing, dude. I'm drinking this water right here to get kind of replenished. I was definitely feeling a little dehydrated for sure because all I drank today was an energy drink and a Coors Light. That's not gonna get me high, dude. Especially with how much I drank last night, dude. Fuck. I'm probably gonna drink another cup of water here in just a second. Oh, I did drink some pomegranate juice. That does help a little bit. So Sam Bram is saying, Garza, you made me realize last week that my problem with getting married was mostly because of financial struggle. Much appreciated, man. It was really helpful. Just wanted you to know. Hey, no problem, man. Look, I will say this. If there's one thing I've noticed, a lot of people, they tend to ignore the financial side of things. Like, right? I think that, one of the big things that my parents fought over was money. It was cash. Like, in a weird way, and I still wish their relationship wasn't as toxic as it was when I was younger, but at the same time, it made me realize, a few things. That finances do matter, that people will argue over money, that if you have a lack of cash in your bank account, it does make you feel a little scared, a little nervous and stuff. So I intentionally keep a lot of money in my checking account, mainly for psychological purposes. It's more of a psychological thing because I feel like I've got enough if I need it. I don't feel like I'm going to go bankrupt. You know what I mean? It's a big deal to me. So I like to keep my finances in as much of an order as possible. I think that people don't take their finances seriously enough, if we're going to be honest. I think it's good, man. I think it's good to keep your finances in order. Fidesz Cheat says I drink like 3 to 4 water bottles a day. Hell yeah, dude. But yeah, no, well, dude, if you're gambling and you're constantly winning and you've actually kept tabs and you really are winning, I will say this, in the long term, the longer you play, the more the house has the advantage over the long term. So please keep that in mind. But if you somehow know how to work these systems or know how to really win, more power to you, brother. But yeah, dude, like, I learned a lot from my parents growing up about what not to do. Um, they were bad with money. And I will say this, it was their fault. Completely, 100%. They never changed any of their spending habits. Their lack of money and they made decent money. Their lack of money was caused by the stupid, expensive things that they thought they needed to purchase to blend in with society. That was a huge thing to them. It frustrates me to talk about it to this day, and I'll tell you why it does. Because my parents haven't changed in that aspect. They're still shitty with money. My dad still sucks with money. I've kind of got him on the straight and narrow a little bit because he kind of listens to me, but he should actually listen to me 100%, but that's all right. And then my mom, she's gotten better with it, I guess. I got to give her more credit. But my parents they still buy frivolous things, and they think that things can make them happy. And if there's one thing I've learned in this life that, well, there are certain things in your life that can bring joy. For instance, this computer allows me to broadcast to you guys, right? It brings me some form of joy. So I'm not saying that material joy doesn't exist. I'm just saying, like, if you're constantly going on Amazon and buying little things here and there, knickknacks, blah, 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 and then you just throw them away. I mean, shopping addiction's a real thing, by the way. So if you have an Amazon addiction, try to go seek some help on that one. If you go to the Amazon website and always buy stuff. So what am I getting at? I'm going off on a million tangents. I got so many things I want to say. By the way, Noir Gaming _YT sent a 100 for 2 joules. Thank you, my man. I appreciate it. Consumer's mindset. Yeah, and Sam, here's the thing, man. So now that you realized, it's cool that you realize that finances have been a big part of your problem with the idea of getting married. Do you feel like you can kind of work within a certain framework? Do you feel like you can get your finances in order? Like come up with a game plan? And even if you can't, by the way, look up, there's a lot of videos on YouTube on how to get your finances straight. I will tell you this. When it comes to finances, my main thing is I don't lead much of a consumer lifestyle. If Nathan's still watching right now, he can vouch for that. He knows just how ridiculously cheap I am. Like, seriously. I am cheap because I'm always thinking about the bottom line. Not always, but I'm just a cheap guy, I like having a lot of money on standby if I need to buy something important, right? If I need to help my girlfriend take care of the cat's vet bill. Yeah, I have money sitting to the side, If I, want to take my girlfriend to a nice dinner, I've got a lot of money sitting to the side. And I still focus on healthy things. Like I drink pomegranate juice and, stuff like that. And I drink filtered water, things like that. Yeah, I don't know. Cheap or frugal. I guess there's a difference between the two concepts, but, they're kind of cousins with each other. Both. I could say I'm both. For sure. I try to be a cheapskate. I pride myself on being a cheapskate. But yeah, I'd say I'm frugal and I'm a cheapskate. Sure. That's fair. Timothy Travis, that's my best answer is I'm both. You could be both, I think. There's not much of a difference between the two, but you could be both. Let's see. Sam says, yeah, man, I actually earn very well. Is this right? Because I earn weekly basis with no saving. What was I earn weekly basis? Sounds like you earn a lot of money, Sam. So wait a minute, you get paid every week? I just want to make sure I'm hearing you right, Sam. So you're saying you get paid every week, right? Just want to make sure I heard that. So if you get paid every week, that's not bad. It's actually pretty good. Checking my fantasy lineup real quick. Oof. Oh my. Give me 1 second, you guys. I'm looking up something. Let's see. Sam says I do, but got no savings. I have 0 in the bank account. Yeah, brother, every week. But I spend a lot. I had pro addiction, sadly. It's legal. Whoa, hold on. Whoa. What's pro? What are you talking about? Pro. Oh, are you talking about prostitution addiction? So, like, you're in Australia. So, I mean, if it's legal in Australia, then, more power to you. But so you're spending a lot of money on girls. But aren't you married? Unless you're, like, in a weird open relationship. But still. Maybe you should stay away from the strippers, man. Stay away from the strippers. Stay away from the prostitutes. Just stay away from that stuff, man. It's bad for you, bro. It's bad for you. It's bad. Wait, Sam. Hold on. Weren't you saying that you were about ready to get married? Hold on. So, you're about ready to get married. Hold on, Sam, I'm trying to figure this out. So, you're single, but don't you have a girlfriend? Hold on, Sam. I gotta figure you out, bro. I'm trying to figure you out. You're confusing me. What? Okay, hold on. Dude, Sam, I thought you were going to get married. Wasn't that what we were talking about before, that you were actually, unless I'm confusing your situation with somebody else's, but I thought that's what we were talking about, dude. I thought you were about ready to get married. That was the thing. I thought you were like actually going to go for it, get married, blah, blah, blah. That sort of thing. Unless I might be reading all this incorrectly, by the way. I just might not understand what's going on. Which is also a possibility, by the way. Which is heavily a possibility. It's wild, though, man. I'm always trying to figure out what's... Dude, Sam's life is getting very messy. Okay, you got married in the Middle East. Okay. Are you getting married or did you get married? Like, I'm trying to... Sam, I'm trying to be like a Dr. Phil sort of figure to you. Sigma boys, I'm sorry to hear that, bro. I'm sorry to hear that, man. Sigma boys, are you gonna? Oh, dude, let's give a prayer to Sigma boys. By the way, Sigma boy says he just got diagnosed with cancer. We want to make sure that we give some sort of prayer. I know I'm not the most religious guy in the world, but I want to give everybody the best chances. But I want to pray for both my mom and this Sigma boys, dude. So, I don't pray very much, Heavenly Father, or, whatever's out there. I may be a little too agnostic for my own good. I just hope that you can heal. I hope you can help my mother heal, and I hope that you can help the person in my chat heal as well. Yeah. I'm sorry, brother. Oh, okay, Sam. That makes a little more sense. I appreciate the clarification. I was gonna say because I was very confused. In fact, extremely confused. Confusing the hell out of me, dude. Yeah, so just any prayers that you guys can give out there. It's just, Drew says, Pappy. Bites Lib, what up, Drew? Make sure you subscribe to the channel, bro. Make sure you guys tap the subscribe button, but don't tap it with your tip. Okay, there's a lot of freaks out there that keep tapping the subscribe button with their tips. We don't want you to tap the subscribe button with your tip. We want you to tap it with your finger tip, not your wang tip. All right? Keep it PG. My brony brother. So Sam is asking, what can I do with the $1,900 I get weekly, Garza, investing? Dude, yes, absolutely, dude. Look, if you invest, at least you'll have assets that'll consistently pay you, right? What if you lose your job? You know, one of the reasons why I ended up okay was because I have tons of assets. Lots of assets. And it's the smartest thing to do is have assets, man. Assets that can pay you. Just to hold on to them. That's why I love ETFs so much. I've got a variety of ETFs, man. Maybe too many, but I would rather have too many than not at all. But yeah, I get paid a dividend every day, every trading day at least. Let's see what the markets are looking like in the overnight markets. I think Bitcoin crashed. Bitcoin, my ClickCoin. OMG. You know, I was thinking about using prediction markets to kind of have a general idea of what the market's going to do tomorrow. Just a prediction. I think, I don't know. But where to invest, it seems really confusing. It's not, man. Sam, it's not. Honestly, like ETFs. I mean, okay, so are you able to sign up for a brokerage account like a Schwab? Do you have a Schwab account? Do you have a Robinhood account? Do you have any sort of brokerage account that you can utilize? Because if you have like a brokerage account, like a Robinhood account, Charles Schwab, Public, Moomoo, never use Moomoo, but any sort of Webull, any sort of brokerage account that'll give you the ability to purchase stocks and ETFs and things like that. The whole goal is to start racking up on ETFs. Okay, so what, you don't have like any brokerage accounts anywhere? I'm going to react to a video. I'm going to react to a video real quick. Hold on. Oh, kitty cat. Oh. This cat's so sweet. Oh. He's biting. Oh. He said this little cat's called Maple. So it's called Waffles and Maple. And this cat is just so funny. Oh. I remember why I don't drink so much anymore. Oh. Because I do get a little bit of a headache. Oh. That's so funny. Ah. I can't really recommend anything because I can't really give financial advice. I can't recommend what to invest in or anything specifically, but I can educate you on what I do. So education, entertainment purposes only. I don't know. I mean, you could. I started. I wish I would have started out with the Vanguard Total World Index and just held it and started accumulating it at a younger age. That's what I wish I would have done. But at the end of the day, it's just kind of how it goes, man. Doesn't always work out the way you think, and that's all right. But I will say if you get bored, Sam, just look up Investing 101 on YouTube. Just look up Investing 101. TJ says, "Good evening, sir." He's super bullish on XRP. Oh man. I will say I want to see XRP go up only because I know TJ's in it. I don't believe in XRP. I love TJ. I think TJ's the man. So, granted, I do talk shit about crypto a lot, but even XRP, I talk shit about XRP. I talk about shit about all crypto. But at the end of the day, I am biased, and I do want TJ to win. I want TJ to win. So if he has, since TJ has XRP, I do want it to go up in some capacity. Checking something real quick, you guys. I'm checking out the overnight markets real fast. Yeah, overnight markets are looking pretty decent, actually. Let's see. Depends on how much they've gone up. Oh, man. Yeah, I need to stand up for a second. I'm gonna drink some more water here in a second. TJ's saying, sold the last of the gold. Okay. Yeah. Hey, when bills are piling up, man, you got to do what you got to do. I totally get it. Um, TJ's a silver guy. Hell, hey, silver's good, man. Yeah, and you have a decent amount of that. Hell yeah, dude. As long as you got enough silver, I think silver's great. I think buying and holding silver is actually, like I said, I think it's better than an actual savings account. Personally, that's what I believe, at least. I don't believe in. Obviously, I don't believe in crypto because I just think there's just no real use case for any cryptocurrencies. But Human to YouTube is asking about my OnlyFans account. Actually, I haven't logged into it in so long. I don't know if it's inactive or not. Hold on. Flaccid wieners. I'm not going to show you guys my OnlyFans account, but I do have one. And it's funny because I started it as a joke more than anything. And well, wow, the last time I posted on OnlyFans was May 30th. I don't really do. I use OnlyFans like a Twitter account, so it's really not that crazy. Well, I did have one video on there. Hold on. It's like a video of me whacking it. I'm not saying I'm proud of that, but I thought it was funny. Yeah, nobody's gonna buy that though. Yep. Yeah, this is OnlyFans for you. All right, let's see here. Let's see. TJ says he was up over 100% on gold when you sold, though. Bought out. Hey, I mean, you sold at a profit. That's kind of nice. I mean, if you adjust for inflation, I don't know what the actual profit would be adjusted for inflation, but you kept up with inflation, though, for the most part. That's the thing I love about gold so much. All right, well, that's interesting. Why am I like that? What are we talking about here? Abdalda? What are we talking about? Hold on. Gold Silver 420 says flaccid wieners. Hell yeah. TJ says, how do you feel about investing in chickens? They have 1,000% growth rate for meat and just, yeah, no, dude, chickens, obviously you have to take care of them and stuff, and there's things of that nature, but honestly, can do what you can. I mean, dude, you get eggs out of the deal. It's not always a guarantee, obviously, but you also, you can get good meat out of them. Absolutely, dude. Fieldo Vision just asked, did I take a dump in my pants just now? Probably. Why do you ask? Yeah, I probably did. It's very likely I did. What about it, my brony brother? What is your problem, bro? I mean, the way you are. I don't know why. I know I look a certain way, and I'm growing out my goatee, by the way, which I think it's hilarious. I'm only growing it out for probably just for December only. I think once it hits January, honestly, realistically, and I don't like to recommend penny stocks because I think that penny stocks, majority of them fail. But I will say this, though. Granted, you could buy a single share of every single penny stock that you could think of. And if just a few of those blossom, because you can have 1,000% growth in 3 months. That is possible. It's probably not going to happen. I'm just going to say that right now. It likely will not happen. But, sometimes you can get those penny stocks that'll just go crazy. They'll go up like crazy for whatever reason. It could just be because of rumor, One of the reasons I stay in the weed sector, the marijuana sector, because I have marijuana company ETFs and stuff like that. The reason I stay in that sector is just in the event that that sector blossoms up, for example, due to legality and all that. But yeah, outside of it, though, I pretty much just do my thing there. Yeah, I'm not going to be streaming too long tonight. Just going to be chilling. I'll say this, though, with fantasy football, it was like, ooh. I've got a pretty good advantage right now, but damn, Justin Jefferson, man. Yikes. I might have to bench him. Oh, really? So if Trump is Schedule 3 would make weed way more legal. Hold on, let me take a look at weed stocks. Hold on. Dude, if that's the case, marijuana companies are going to blossom up, man. I mean, those weed companies are going to go freaking haywire. Well, yeah, actually, I just realized a lot of the marijuana companies that I do own have actually gone up like crazy. So I own Canopy. So there's one that I own called Canopy Growth Company. Yeah, CGC. Yep. Canopy Growth Company. And they skyrocketed, actually. They're currently at $1.81 per share. I have 16 shares of this company. Oh, no. Oh, no, dude. K-Money just sent a 6-7. Fuck. No. I mean, I appreciate the 6-7, but dude, we're gonna get spammed with all the 6-7 people in here. But thank you for the 6-7 jewels. I appreciate it. K Money, thank you for the 6-7 jewels. Oh God, we're gonna start a bad trend on this channel. People are gonna start sending don't say 6-7. I can't do it. I can't do this 6-7 crap, dude. I can't do it. Ronaldo is better than Messi? I mean, I don't know. I don't watch soccer binge videos. I don't do that. I'm not a soccer guy. I'm just not a big soccer guy. I don't know what it is. I can't get into it. I want to, because I think soccer can be kind of fun to watch. I did watch an actual soccer game like before, which was pretty cool. I will say, there are times that I wish I could see into the future, like see what things are actually going to occur, right? And I wish if I could see into the future, I would buy call options on shit. You know what I mean? Like really short-term call options and just make crap tons of money. But I can't see into the future. All I could do is respond to what the market does, which is why I swing trade the VT so much, the Vanguard Total World Index. But yeah, hey, thank you so much for K Money. By the way, make sure you guys subscribe to K.Money or at K.M0N3Y for sending a 6-7 for 67 joules. I appreciate it. So 6-7 ET, just to let you know, is just some really stupid fad that all the kids and everybody are into. It's a really stupid meme, basically, and I think it's ridiculous. But you know, people are into what they're into, and I try not to dog on it too much, but it's in my opinion pretty dumb. I think it's a very dumb fad, and yeah, that's my thought on it. Wired Up 802 says, "Would you do a birthday shout out for my homie?" I might. It depends on what their name is, though, because if it's a Nick and a last name I'm not going to say, then no. But if you could, make sure you subscribe to the channel, though. The more subscribers we get, the better. We're really trying to reach a wider audience. We're currently sitting pretty at 6,478 subscribers, and I really appreciate everybody for subscribing. It means a lot to me, man. Yeah, I feel like I'm not gonna say that. No, sorry, Wired Up. But make sure you subscribe to the channel, though. Tal, I'm just gonna say Tal. Happy birthday, Tal. That's all I'm going to say. Happy birthday, Tal. Sound good? Okay, good. Yeah, thank you. Sure. Tal. Not gonna say that last name, though. ET's like, lol, I thought it was a joke. Why is 6 scared of 7? That's funny. What's up, Chris? Chris says, Michael Garza, my brony brother. What up, dude? Tal is perfect. Well, Wired, I appreciate it. Happy birthday to you, Tal. Everybody, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, though. The more subscribers we get, the better. It does help us reach a larger audience, and we're really trying to pump the show up as far as it can go, as far as the eye can see. Gabble Project is asking, can you wish me luck with my with your Cabal Project channel? I wish you luck with your Cabal Project channel, man. I really do hope it's successful. Anybody who starts something, I do hope you not just hope, but I think if not just passionate, if you're passionate about it, that's great, but I'm passionate about a lot of things that haven't worked out. Now, but I will say this, though. If you believe it's going to work and you're willing to put the time in, I say go for it. It's okay, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. That's okay. You got plenty of at-bats. If there's one thing that baseball taught me in this life is that you have plenty of at-bats. Well, eventually you do run out of them. But for the most part, you still have plenty of at-bats. So don't stop swinging, dude. I guess the mantra is keep swinging, man. Keep trying to get hits, you know. Just keep up the good work, guys. Keep it up, bronies. I can't believe that there's a 6-7 gift. I can't believe that there is a legit 6-7 gift. That blows my mind. I can't believe K-Money sent that to me, man. TJ says, speaking of success, sold 15 copies of your book? Hell yeah, dude. Hells to the yeah. What a beast. Hey, everybody, give a shout out to our boy TJ on this one for selling 15 copies of the book, of his book. It's a Diary of Katya. I always say it odd. I think it's Katya. TJ Stocks is the author. But yeah, make sure you guys check it out on Amazon. You can get a digital copy or a physical copy. I prefer physical, but if digital's a lot easier for you guys, go digital. But yeah, dude's got a creative mind, and honestly, I think it would be really cool if people bought the book. So I've been trying to promote it where I can. So I will say, trying to get back to the original topic, because as you know, on this show, I tend to veer off topic a little too much. I like to try to go back to the original topic, though, when I can. So what the original topic was about was we were talking about, what do you call that, man? Being chronically offline. So I'm very much like, I love the internet. I think the internet's fantastic. I use the internet as a resource for knowledge and experience, because there's so much good information out there. There's also some shit. There's also AI slop. But as long as you stay off social media and try not to let the algorithm choose what you're trying to look for, you can win against the social media companies, right? I still love YouTube, even though there's a lot of slop on here. There's a lot of slop on YouTube. But I'm very proud to say I'm chronically offline at this point. I got the new battery for the laptop, which is really cool. Which means that instead of me using my cell phone while I'm in bed, I'll be able to use my laptop while I'm laying in bed. And it's really cool. And then the laptop battery is really good. In fact, this laptop battery definitely seems to be way better than the original laptop battery that came with the Dell laptop back in 2014. And the reason I love these kind of laptops is I love removable batteries. I want removable batteries. Like, that's the thing. That's the key to me, at least. I mean, I've been taking a little bit of a break. I don't think I streamed last night or yesterday. I don't think I streamed at all yesterday, actually. Yeah, as far as I know. Yeah, I kind of took a little bit of a day off, I guess you could say. Because usually I stream every day. I stream some sort of show at some point every day. That is correct. But no, I love being able to... I just love streaming, man. I think it's great. I have a lot of fun doing this show. Rob Reiner? Who? I'm actually not too sure who Rob Reiner is, but let's take a look. Whoa. Okay, hold on. So I really actually don't know who Rob Reiner is, to be honest, so let me try to see. So Rob Reiner is an award-winning American actor, director, producer, writer, and political activist. He first gained national recognition for his role as Mike Meathead Stivic on the CBS sitcom All in the Family, winning 2 Primetime Emmys for his performance. Reiner's directing career began 1984. Mockumentary, this is Spinal Tap, a cult classic that satirized rock musicians. Okay. Wow. Whoa. So let's see. Let's see. Tim Smith is saying, my new favorite show is a channel called OMG Stories. UK repossessing the personal items of people who owe money on the... Oh my God. That's crazy. So, yeah, I don't really know much about Rob Reiner, but this is crazy. So based on reports, it says Rob Reiner and his wife were found dead inside Brentwood home in apparent homicide. 2 found dead at home of the director, Rob... Dude. That's insane. Okay, wait a minute. So it's saying 2 bodies found at home owned by Rob Reiner. Hold on. Let's see the statement. Wow. So the authorities this is a New York Times article, by the way. It says the authorities added that officers from the department's robbery homicide division and elite investigative unit went to the home. The statement said the resident is identified as the home of Mr. Reiner. Police officials were conducting an investigation into the statement described as an apparent homicide. Wow, what the frick? Department determined that the bodies were of an approximately 78-year-old dude. Sunday night, Brentwood was quiet. The streets were empty except for a cluster of police cars and news vans at the end of the 200 block shells. Areas filled with expansive and expensive homes featuring imposing gates and tall hedges. The authorities had both ends of the block cordoned off with yellow police tape. The occasional sound of a passing car and the tinkle of a water fountain in 1 yard near Mr. Reiner's house punctuated the quiet as helicopters rovered overhead. Wow, I don't know what to say about this. This is wild. So Fox News just confirmed that it was him and his wife. Dude, that's like, ooh, that's messed up, dude. And they live in a gated community? Oh, man, first off, I was watching football earlier today with my dad and my brother and everybody, so I didn't do any streaming earlier today. Saturdays I'm pretty busy most of the time, but I don't know what to say, man. That's seriously disturbing, man. Some psycho just goes right into their homes and just stabs them. What the F? That's messed up, man. The LAPD didn't immediately respond when they got the call. Are you kidding me? Dude, LAPD, man. Multiple stab wounds. Yeah, I just read the article on the New York Times. I mean, I don't trust the New York Times. I don't really trust most mainstream media. Don't get me wrong. But this is... Obviously, this is... Justin is wondering why he's gay. I don't know why you're gay, man. I don't have the answers to that question. It's not a bad thing. If you're gay, you're gay. That's okay. We accept you here, by the way. Justin, we accept you, bro. We accept you. Unless you do terrible, terrible things to people, then that's a different story. But yeah, if you just like to bang dudes, you like to bang dudes, all right. Yeah, super need name. I am not going to send... I'm not sending you fluids. What are you doing? You freaking... Yeah. I'm not sending you my bathwater. Ugh, that's so weird. Can people please quit requesting my bathwater? Justin, what did you do, dude? Justin did something terrible. What did he do? I don't even know what the hell's going on, man. I don't know. Yeah, I still can't believe the whole Rob Reiner situation, though, man. It's crazy. Super need name is saying you will do as you're told. Okay. No, I'm good. How about you just send me a super chat and that's all I want. Super need name also says I own you, boy. No, you don't. But if you do want to send a gift, if you want to send a virtual gift on here or a super chat, I will absolutely be fine with it. Hey, Justin, you got to do what you got to do, man. If you're trolling live streams, that's cool. I don't really care. Trolling's fun, man. Trolling can be great. Down syndrome Jesus is in the chat. Okay. All right, that's fair. Maybe. I don't even know what to think about all this. I'm having a pretty good time, though. I really do enjoy doing this, though. Justin is your... man. Oh, this is wild, man. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, West. Do I know my blood type? Sure. Yeah, trolling's pretty fun, man. I'll admit it. Trolling's good. No, Demo, we don't want you. We do not want to contact you, Demo. We're not contacting you for free views. Hell no. We're going to tell you no. I'm going to tell you to F the F off. You may not know my blood type. O negative. Hell yeah. Enjoy your night, Mr. Tommy. It's a lot of stuff going on, man. Super need name says reported, disliked, and I'm calling your parents. Oh my god. That's hilarious, man. But no, I gotta say, I'm really excited about this new laptop battery. I think it's something to look forward to. I got Windows working on there a little bit better again, which is nice, and everything. And you know me, I love my Windows computers, man. Well, I actually like having Linux on there too. So like dual boot between Windows and Linux is always pretty tight. I gotta boot up Windows really quick. I gotta uninstall some things. Windows Boot Manager. Dude, I love having 2 different operating systems on here, man. Tim Smith says, tired Garza gender fluid, wired Garza body fluid. Oh, God. I don't know why people want my bathwater, dude. People just seem to want my bathwater. I don't understand, man. Hell yeah. This person's old. DJ Security 420 just sent a 100 for 2 jewels. Thank you, my brony brother. That's very sexy of you, dude. I appreciate it. Banshee dude is talking about being gay. Okay, well, that's cool. Be gay, bro. That's fine. We want to encourage you on your journey, man. Why are you gay? Why are you gay? You are gay. If I could, then I would. I'll go wherever you will go. Way up high or down low. And I'll go wherever you will go. Maybe we'll find out a way to make it back someday. To watch you, to guide you through the darkest of your days. If a greater wish shall fall, yeah, fall upon us all. Well, I hope there's someone out there who can bring me back to you. If I could, then I would. I'll go wherever you will go. Way up high or down low. I'll go wherever you will go. Run away with my heart. Run away with my hope. Run away with my love. I know now just quite how. All right. You guys still there? So I decided to clean up the audio just a little bit, use a little bit of noise suppression and stuff like that, just to kind of keep any background noise, just to make life easier. I was like, yeah, I could improve the audio a bit. Why not? Keep the audio sexy. Got to keep the audio clean, man. I figure the cleaner the audio, the more people will tolerate it and stuff like that. So do you guys... I just turned on noise suppression, by the way, which is really good. This should help keep any excess noise from cutting through on there. At least hopefully. I don't know if you guys hear... I mean, I think it should improve it quite a bit. It should make this sound a little more professional. Because you're not hearing... Because, I mean, these Yeti Blue mics can pick up everything. Unless you guys love the ASMR aspect of this show, then that's fine. It's a good show, though, man. Microwave the audio. Eat a stick of butter. All right, you guys. I got to get to bed early. But yeah, I've been trying to get to bed earlier and stuff, so I got to get up. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I'm going to get up early. Make sure you guys tap the subscribe button, though. The more subscribers we get, the better. It does help the channel grow in multiple ways. We're always trying to, what if you guys can hit the like button too, that helps. But really, trying to get more subscribers on the show. So please tap the subscribe button in the upper right hand corner. We're almost to 6,500 subscribers. We're currently at 6,479. The growth is there, but we're really trying to see how much growth we can get. So we'll see what we can pull off. Have a good night, ET. Thank you guys. I appreciate you. St. Peener, dude. Yeah. R.I.P. Rob Reiner, dude. I don't know much about Rob Reiner, if I'm gonna be honest. I don't St. Peener, you can ask the chat what their favorite Rob Reiner. I don't know. I don't know much about him. I don't watch a lot of movies. I'm not gonna lie. I don't watch a lot of movies. I'm not much of a cinephile or anything, but really that sucks though. That whole that was haunting to read. The fact that they were both stabbed like that is just screwed up, dude. Freaked me out, man. It's just horrible. Like, I don't know how else to describe it except for, dude, that's just it's just messed up. Anyway, though, I'll catch you guys later. I gotta bounce. Later, guys. I mean, that story sickened me, man. I'm gonna keep an eye on it, though, and once we find out more information, we'll probably do a story on it early in the morning. I'll probably